contrary, the Quran considers that as a ground of love and respect due to mothers. Even if you find, if you look deeply into that, you will find a certain advantage over men. Women are given exemptions from some duties. Some of these exemptions they can do if they choose to do. Like if they want to spend the money at home, they can do. If they want to go to the battlefield, they can go. If they want to attend the congregation prayer in the mosque, they can go. Although they are not obliged to do so. But when they have menstruation or bleeding after childbirth, they cannot pray, they cannot fast. Economic aspects. Islam recognizes the full properties of women before and after marriage. Is assured for women. They are not required to spend a penny from her property. I explained that last time, but when you look at the rights, we are talking about women rights in Islam. You need to differentiate between women rights and to live with your spouse in tranquility and love and harmony. Once the wife start to ask for her rights, and once the husband start to ask for the rights, that's when tranquility and love start to disappear from their life. If you look at like a Muslim culture, and if you read the seerah of the Prophet, because without reading the seerah, you cannot understand how things going. Yes, certainly. These are the rights for women. To be in front of her husband. And there are rights of husbands to be in front of their wives. But they should treat each other beyond their rights. Beyond that. They should treat each other with tranquility and love, and to establish a unity as if they are one person. They are one person. If she cries because of she's sick, he should feel that she's in pain. And he shouldn't go to sleep while she's in pain. He should care about her. And the vice versa. You got a half added to another half and become one. This is a healthy family. Whatever circumstances his wife faced, he should cover for her. And same for the husband and wife. So at the time of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, I give you an example. Duwaris, the mahr. Some of the companion of the Prophet ﷺ offered his wife to teach her a chapter from the Holy Quran because that what he can do. Can we find this concept nowadays? A wife came to the Prophet ﷺ and she said, I have money, and whom, like, who is the first among people I should spend my money on? Give me a list of and put them in order. He said, you start with your husband. How is his situation? How is his financial? She said, no, he's poor and he needs some help. He said, you start with him. He doesn't say you start with your relatives, brothers, sisters, uh, father. Even the feeling, even the feeling. The Prophet ﷺ, he came back from a battlefield, and one of his relatives, she had her husband, her brother, her father. They were fighting and they were martyred. They were killed. So she came to him, asked about her family, and then she asked about her father. And he said, he's a martyr. What about my brother? She said, Alhamdulillah. Inna lillahi wa inna ilayhi raji'un. And she faced this with patience. Her brother, he said, he died in the field, in the battlefield. So she said, Inna lillahi wa inna ilayhi raji'un. May Allah reward him in paradise. And then she looked around and she said, I can't find my husband's horse. Where is it? He said, your husband is already killed. He's dead, and he's a martyr. He's among people we missed in the battlefield. She started to scream and to cry. The Prophet ﷺ said, now you know the position of the husband with his wife. These are the healthy family. The healthiest family you can think of is the family of the companion of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Even their feeling was different. And when you look at the stories, you list them many stories about that from the life of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam and his companion. So going back to the rights, the duties, once the husband start to ask about their rights, once the wife started to ask about her rights, the tranquility, love will start to disappear from the family. So these rights were revealed as a protection. So husband and wife must have all these rights in front of them. But the way they treat each other beyond that, tranquility, love and mercy. وَجَعَلَ بَيْنَكُمْ مَوَدَّةً وَرَحْمَةً. Allah says, Allah has placed between you, put between you mawaddah, tranquility and love, and rahmah, mercy. Even if you dislike your wife, فعسى أن تكرهوا شيئا ويجعل الله فيه خيرا كثيرا. And Rasulullah said, if you dislike some of her behavior, you should think about something that you like of her. Because nobody is perfect in this life. And for a female also, for a wife, you should think about the positive things, the good things that your husband has. But if you look for the shortcoming, for the defect, for the weakness, you will go nowhere. And this life is very short as an hour. I'm talking now about something that people may not think of, but I want to bring everything. So here are the rights, but you deal with each other with tranquility and love and mercy. إن كره منها خلقا رضي منها خلقا. The woman is not excluded from the area of social activities. For people who get married, and then once they get married, they disconnect their wife from all the surroundings, all the social activities. And then they got the children. He may die while his children is young. So don't leave your wife as a prey, an easy prey for the community. No. When you educate your kids, when you you teach your kids how to deal with the community around them, it is better to see something wrong happen and you fix it while you are alive. And same for your wife. Be around the community, a healthy community, and try to fix anything that you might think that this is wrong. Because there is no guarantee that you can live to raise your kids. She may raise your kids after you die. And she may pick up a wrong person instead of your place to raise your kids as a husband. And this is the rights of the daughter. Islam didn't say that much about the reward of raising boys, but the reward for raising daughters. Didn't I tell you in the beginning that women, girls, are considered the whole society? because they are half of the society and they raise the other half. So listen to the Prophet ﷺ when he said, if someone got two daughters and educate them very well, they will be the shield from the hellfire. And they will be um, the way to get him into paradise. This is an easy way to get into paradise, is to educate your girls. And by the way, this is not for men, but also for mother. This is not for father, but for mother. So make sure that you raise your daughter in a proper way, because they are going to care and to raise the society. And Islam criticizes indirectly, in a direct statements, those who feel dishonor when they receive a baby girl. No, he considered that wrong. Not only that, but he honored them, saying that these are the way to paradise. And with respect to daughters, as I mentioned, whoever support two daughters till they mature, he and I will come to the day of judgment like this. Education is not only the right, but also a responsibility for all males and females. You never see in Islamic tradition that female have different understanding and they cannot achieve this or they cannot achieve that. It is never there. So seeking knowledge is uh, like very important, mandatory for every Muslim, male and female. As a wife, marriage in Islam based on mutual peace, love, and compassion, not just the satisfaction of man's needs. So based on mutual peace, love, tranquility, compassion. It is not based on rights. These rights are there to protect, but you should deal with each other with peace, love, compassion, and tranquility and love. A woman has a right to say if she likes that person or not to get married to. Husband is responsible for maintenance, protection, and overall leadership of the family, qawama, within the framework of consultation and kindness. Prophet Muhammad ﷺ helped in household responsibilities. Subhanallah. This is something also I want to mention, and I hope um, husbands like watch that and listen to this. In the hadith, it says Rasulullah, he was helping his wife at home in general. It didn't specify. Nowadays, you will see some Muslim families, they raise their kids in a wrong way. Boys are sitting in front of the TV, and girls make a tea for your brother, prepare the dinner for your brother, uh, iron his t-shirt, iron his. What is this? So when she goes to her husband, she will be doing the same thing. This is wrong. Rasulullah, he used to help his wife around the house. What does this mean? She's cooking maybe three dishes. Why don't you make one dish? Why don't you cut the salad? You can do that. Not to go and sit down and have some entertainments, watching television or whatever, and waiting for her to come out of the kitchen and shouting out loud, I'm hungry. When are you coming with the food? My son, he prepared everything at home. We taught him how to cook rice, how to cook meat, how to cook fish. Because if he lived by himself, he will do so. I used to live in Connecticut, and a friend of mine, he got a conflict with his family, with his wife, and he left the home and go and rent a small like studio. And I'm angry. I'm gonna leave my family. I heard about that, so I told them, "Oh, I'm gonna come and visit you." And it was a dinner time. Okay, I will bring everything, and then we see how it goes. So when I went, I have the meat, the rice. I brought everything, and then I was watching, and then I went to the kitchen, try to help him with something, to force him to do something. And he started to cook and do this and this and this and this and this, and wash dishes and prepare, and after we get the meal, we need the tea. So who's going to make the tea? So he went to the kitchen and he made the tea, and oh, that was great. I told him, this is great. So how have you been here? He said, for a couple of weeks. I told him, so you are going to do that every day? He said, oh yeah, but sometimes I go out and I eat and fast food. And what about for your clothes, for your this? I take them to the laundry. I take them. So do you do that at home? Um, so I said, why don't you do that with your wife? Maybe the problem, and I know that the problem between them because of the household issue. So we need to teach our kids, boys and girls, you are equal. You can cook, she can cook. You iron your clothes, she iron her clothes. Everything equal. So in the background of her mind and in the background of boys' minds, that I was raised equal. So when the boy become adults and get married, he will treat his wife nicely. And when the girl become an adult and get married, she will receive these treatments, and she will live with somebody we share. Like we wake up in the morning, we have to prepare our beds and to clean the house and to use this. Why don't you help your wife around the house? Following the footsteps of Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wasallam. Prophet sallallahu alayhi wasallam said, I command you to be kind to a woman. The best of you are the best for his family, wife. It is generous in character, who is good for two women, and it is the wicked who insult them. She is not your servant. She is not your. She is not a slave under you. Even for sexual satisfaction, she has the right to receive all that is satisfaction. Divorce is seen as the last resort, which is permissible but not encouraged. As a mother, nowhere you find in tradition or civilization that raised the mother to that level, to receive the respect from her family. So someone asked the Prophet ﷺ, um, who is the most person deserve my help, my support, and respect? He said, your mother. He said, and who else? He said, your mother. And else, he said, your mother. And the third time, he said, your father. So, moreover, the Quran has a special recommendation for the good treatments of mother. So that's in the Holy Quran, and that's also in the Sunnah. As I mentioned, the Prophet said, your mother. When a man said, who among the people is most worthy of my good company? And a famous saying of the Prophet saying that paradise is at the feet of mothers, not father. It is of interest to mention that when your mother called you while you are offering your sunnah prayer, if she needs you, you should stop your prayer and answer your mother. This is not for fard. This is the voluntarily prayer. What about if your father? No, you continue your prayer. Only the mother. Political aspects. The right of election and nomination. After the Sayyidina Umar al-Khattab was killed and became a martyr, so he said, you have to spend 3 days at the most, and then the day number 4, you come up with one caliph, and he nominated 5 companions. You stay at the house, don't go outside until you bring. You know what? They went door by door asking male and female for their opinion about Uthman ibn Affan. So they collected all the opinion from people in Medina Rasulullah. And we know that there is a chapter in the Quran by the name of a discussion between a woman and the Prophet ﷺ, And Allah heard her arguments and her discussion at the top of the seven skies. And during the time of Omar, as I mentioned, she stood and she said, "What you said is not right." So the king, the caliph said, "A woman is right and Omar is wrong." Modesty and social interaction. There exists among a Muslim a gap, a big gap between the ideal and the real. Cultural practice on both extremes do exist. Did I mention to you that what the Prophet ﷺ corrected 1500 years ago came back? So nowadays, there is some families, they feel ashamed and they don't allow their daughter to have a wedding party, and they ask their husband to come and kidnap her because they don't wanna think about it. Some Islamic culture imitates non-Islamic ones and adopt the mode of dress, unrestricted mixing, and behavior, resulting in corrupting influences on Muslims and um, to put the condition of the family in danger. If you look at Muslim countries nowadays, you will find that out. You will find that the majority of them, they face a great challenge, and they are struggling to keep the family together and to raise their kids. Because of what? Because we look at the West. And some cultures, they have excessive restrictions, and both extremes seem to contradict the normative teaching of Islam and are not consistent with the virtue. So if you go to Muslim countries, you will find loose community and extreme community. Both are not correct because we have to be in between, as um, Sayyidina Ali explained. What does in between mean? There's a route between two mountains. Don't get close to the one to the right or to the left, because rocks may drop down and hurt your face and your head. وكذلك جعلناكم أمة وسطا. What does wasata? Wasata is the footsteps of Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. When Islam came to human being, when the message of the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam came, at that time, two religions exist: Judaism and Christianity. One of them focus on spiritual aspects, and the other one is focused on materialism. Extreme materialism and extreme spirituality is not right. So the Islam came in between. So nowadays you will find people, some of them, they go to extreme spirituality, like some Sufis, and some go to extreme materialism. Both of them are not correct. Because we have to stick on what is in the Quran and authentic Sunnah. This is the reference for us. Do you remember at the beginning of my talk today, I said we need a solid reference. You cannot find a solid reference similar to the Holy Quran and Sunnah. This is a solid reference that it changed completely the condition of people at Arabic Peninsula from non-believer to be a believer, from darkness to live in the light, from killing each other or violence to live in peace, from like killing infants, bury them alive, to put them at the top of their head, from mistreating each other to respect even their slaves at that time, their servant, and they became their master. Wallahi, if you study the seerah, you will find out how that was a great change in that community for a short time. For a short time, 23 years. And they became stars and they spread around the world to convey Islam and to deliver the message of Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. While in the West, 1800 years in order to get some legal rights. And they came from the first extreme. Woman is not a full human being. They don't possess soul. And they shouldn't worship God. They are at the service of men. To the extreme today that, oh, we don't look at the sex, but we look at the gender. And we can switch them. Switch the female with some hormones to be a male. And switch the male to be a female. Astaghfirullah. Wake up. Equity and equality. The term equity is used instead of the common expression equality, which is sometimes by mistake understood to mean absolute equality. There is no absolute equality. In each and every details items of comparison, rather than overall equality. So, overall equality, but not absolute equality in each and every details items of comparison. Women, they have a womb. Men, they don't. Women, they have a breast, so they can have breastfeeding for their kids. So we were created different for a reason, in order to complement, not to be opponent to one another. Equality is used here to mean justice and overall equality of the totality of rights and responsibilities of both genders. Again, equality is used here to mean justice, overall equality of the totality of rights and responsibilities of both genders. It does allow for the possibility of variations in specific items within the overall balance and equality. Famous woman in Islam, scholars, worshipper, professors, warriors, supporters, even for like saying poets, women of eloquence, political insight. And that's the woman in the Holy Quran. Warrior woman. This is one of them, and this is the how many battles she attended. Aqaba, Battle of Uhud, and after that, Radwan and Yamama. Um, I told you that some of them she had 500 students in her class, and in the book of great scholars, one of them, Ibn Hajar, he named 88 great scholars, great male scholars, got their knowledge from a woman scholar. This is one of them, and that's her contribution during her life. You can read this later. And when we talk about famous women of knowledge, the first one is Sayyida Aisha bint Abi Bakr, the wife of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Among her students, Ibn Hajar named 88 great scholars got their knowledge from him. And the list goes on and on and on and on. And by the way, during this time, they have the dark ages in Europe. So these women, they were reading, receiving education, and teaching others, and participate in every aspect in Muslims' life, and going out for the battlefield and have the trade. So they participated, but with their modesty, with their scarf. Ibn Hajar gave short biography about 170 well-known women of the 18th century. So for 1 century, he got 170 well-known women score. The list goes on and on and on. And this is the most important thing I want to mention to you, which is starting from that date, up and up and up and up. This is the highest number of women citation. What does citation means? Women scholars who wrote books as an author, and their names were used as a reference. So this is the highest number, 1449. And then after that, the number was declined until now. So it is really very important to notice that women received the highest status in Islam, and in order to keep this status, you have to follow the footsteps of the Prophet ﷺ and his companion. And you should hold your religion like that. And you shouldn't care about people who blames you for whatever, because you have the reference, which is Quran and Sunnah. Islam increased 235% for every male convert to Islam, 4 female convert to Islam. The majority of new Muslims are women and more dedicated to the lifestyle of Islam, even more than other women who were born in Muslim countries. Thank you. And now, if you have any comments, if you have anything to share, please come forward. Oh, Sister Layla is here. Sister Layla, please lead the discussion. I want to listen to everybody today. So our topic is about other civilization versus Islamic empire and how Islam brought rights to the woman in comparison to our condition nowadays, our life nowadays, how much we hold from these rights. Any thoughts? I'm done speaking.
Dr. Assem, I'm ready to speak. I'm searching for how to raise hand, but I can't find the icon. I don't know where it gone, but I'm ready.
Inshallah. Inshallah. Yeah, you can start, Sister Sahar.
Okay, doctor. I'm just changing my place to have a better point for the meeting.
Same here. Sister Layla, are you around? Assalamu alaikum. No, she's not around. Sister Sahar, you can start.
Okay. Assalamu alaikum.
Alaikum salam.
I want to share with you some of Prophet Muhammad's recommendations for men to respect women. Number one, Islam honored women. Prophet Muhammad advised men in his last speech in Hujjat al-Wada, the last time he did pilgrimage. He said, استوصوا بالنساء خيرا فإنهن عندكم عوان. Treat women well. They are your family and they help you. Women are God's trust with you. He uses the continuous tense to know this is continuous order till the judgment day. And this advice is general advice to every man, whoever, a father, a brother, son, husband. And I want to share another advices of Prophet Muhammad and Quran, which came in different occasions. Prophet Muhammad said, لا يفرق مؤمنا مؤمنا إذا كره منها خلقا رضي منها خلق آخر. This means he advised the husband not to hate his wife due to a certain disadvantage, because she might have good qualities, and if he hates that disadvantage, he might like another advantage. And I saw in real life, sometimes you find a woman that's she treats her husband well. She is a perfect mother, but she can't cook well. He can, and he was very wise man. He hired someone to help her to cook it. Whatever, he find good qualities in her.
How do you reflect the rights of women in Islam based on the current status of women nowadays in Islam.
Yes. Number 3, Prophet Muhammad advised men to treat women good, with mercy. He said, أكمل المؤمنين إيمانا أحسنهم خلقا وخياركم أخلاقا خياركم لنسائهم. The most complete believers who has better manners, and the best of you are the best for their wives. This advice came because the woman is weak than the man and needs delicate treatment. So men should meet her with a smile and be patient if she does something wrong and protect her. And another advice that was mentioned in the Holy Quran, وعاشروهن بالمعروف. And live with them. I would translate it in I would say that the whole meaning of this in many points. Save your wife's dignity, never insult her, and treat her well, which includes calling her with the most name she likes. Be nice to her, give her a present, forgive her, ignore her minor mistakes, stuff like that. Live with her, treat her well. This is وعاشروهن بالمعروف. Number 5, Prophet Muhammad said, كلكم راع وكل مسؤول عن رعيته. Each one of you is responsible for his wife and for his family, and the man should take, and vice versa. The woman is responsible too at her home. Number 6, Prophet Muhammad recommended justice between wives. He said, من كانت له امرأتان فمال إلى إحداهن جاء يوم القيامة وشقه مائل. If there is a man, suppose has 2 wives, and he treats one of them better than the other one, and he gives her more money or any extra advantage, he doesn't give this to the other one. He will come at the judgment day with a diagonal path. He wouldn't be straight. He would have a diagonal path because he did this. And Prophet Muhammad used to be fair with his wives in everything. And he used to ask God to forgive him. If he liked if he liked one of them more than others, or if he loved one of them more than others, he said, "Oh God, this is my distribution for what I own. So please forgive me for my distribution for what I don't own." And he means his feelings toward his wife. His distribution between them is fair. The time he spent at each one home, the money he spent, he is fair in everything. But he might have more feelings toward a certain one than others. That's why he is asking for God's forgiveness. Number 7, one day, Prophet Muhammad during his travel, the man who guided the camels and he pulling the camels by a rope, he was singing, and his voice was very beautiful and strong voice that causes the camel and other camels to walk fast. And the women are riding the camels inside a tent called howdah. Over each camel, there is a woman riding it, and the man is pulling the rope of the camel. Okay. When he sing by that beautiful song and strong voice, when he did this, that might cause the women to be discomfortable because the animals make lots of movements and walk very fast. And Prophet Muhammad said to the man, be kind to the bottles and gasha. رفقا بالقوارير يا أنجشة. أنجشة, was his name, that man who guides the camel's name and who was singing. His name is Angash. He said, be kind to the bottles, Angash. And he means treat women as the same as you treat women, bottles. Treat women as the same way as you treat bottles. This example has a deep meaning. It means women is like the bottle.
Let me explain that. So, for a caravan, so they have like a small tent above the camel, and the camel, when they go fast, move is very hard, so it hurts women inside the caravan, inside the this place. So the person was like the person who was leading the camel. He was singing a song that it would speed up the camels. So the Prophet ﷺ said, "Don't do that because you need to have them like to enjoy the trip, not to be exhausted, and رفقا بالقوارير." And qawarir in Arabic meaning because the woman has a womb and carry babies, so that's where it comes from. Thank you, sister. Go on.
Okay, and this example has a deep meaning. A woman is like a bottle herself. She's nice but can be hurt easily. She gets touched by words. They doesn't forget whoever was cruel to them, or never forget being insulted. So a man has to treat them kindly. Number 8, Islam gave a woman a share of the inheritance of her father, mother, brother, husband, whoever dies of family. Number 9, nobody can enforce a woman to get married to a certain man. The woman should agree to marriage. So no obligation in marriage. Number 10, Islam equates between women and men. God made the scale of preference for men and women is fearing God and doing good deeds, as Allah mentioned in the Holy Quran. يا أيها الناس بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم يا أيها الناس إنا خلقناكم من ذكر وأنثى وجعلناكم شعوبا وقبائل لتعارفوا إن أكرمكم عند الله أتقاكم إن الله عليم خبير صدق الله العظيم. All mankind, indeed, I created you male and female, and I made you nations and tribes to get to know each other. Indeed, the best of you are the best of you are those who fear Allah and do good deeds. Allah is the knowledgeable and expert. Thank you.
Sister Sahar, and we need to listen to Sister Layla. Go ahead.
Oh, no, I was just, alhamdulillah, this was a good presentation. I was going to just ask you, so do you want the sisters here to speak about what they believe Islam, what they believe are the rights that Islam...
What I meant today is to think about the wrong practice of Muslim females and Muslim society and Muslim community nowadays with reflection upon the rights of women in Islam based on Quran and Sunnah.
Okay, that's what I thought. You don't want to report on what Islam has done. That's what I want to know. Right, so what I want you sisters to do, let me turn my camera on, because I don't want anyone to be confused. We can all write reports and Wikipedia what Islam says women's supposed to be like, but the reality is we're not living up to it. We're not living up and honoring any of the rights that Allah has given us. We're reverting back to, remember, Islam is becoming strange. We're reverting back to how we were before Islam. Women are stripped of their rights. People are stripping the mosque of its rights. So what I want you sisters to talk about, I don't want to hear no book reports. I want you sisters to talk about how it's supposed to be. I want you guys to speak about how we as a nation have deviated away from living and honoring the rights that Allah has given us as women. And I want to start at the top and work our way down, because I want all the sisters, I want you guys to share with me how you see that we as a nation have deviated away from honoring the rights.
Because Sister Layla, people can read all of this back and forth.
Yeah, this is just a book report. It's nothing. Talk is cheap.
What are we stand in reflection to the solid foundation of human rights?
Right. Do you sisters understand?
And then we got to understand that the older civilization brought us some traces. Mm-hmm. And we still practice that by mistakes.
Right.
I told you, in some Muslim countries, it is a shame for a family to have a wedding party for their daughter.
Yes, look at that.
But for their boy, wow. They do everything and they brag about it. But for their female, it is something like dishonor.
Yeah, we even have women, Muslim women, calling themselves liberated and all this, and feminists and all this crap, when that shows they don't understand their religion, because there's no need for feminism when Allah already made you a feminist. Allah has given us rights. So I want to hear from you sisters.
And also how you raise your kids.
Yes. I don't want to hear no book reports. Let's start at the top. Sister Awa, let's hit it. And the mic drops. Sister Anissa, start them off, please. No book reports.
Well, I'm just going to come out from what I have experienced in the world, because this is what I think, versus our sisters back in the day versus what our sisters have to go through today. Today, in a Muslim family, a marriage starts off with the woman giving the husband or the husband to be a dowry. And that dowry in today's time, to me, should be enough to carry that sister in case her husband dies, because Allah could take his life 2 years or 1 day after they marry. That woman needs to have some type of support. And I'm saying this from experience from sisters that I have met and talked to. Two in particular. One sister came from a different country here, and they had the Islamic environment for marriage. Her husband came over and he drove a taxi for his lifetime. There was an accident, he was killed. She has 6 children, and she had no way of taking care of those children. She had no job, none of that. The second woman, she also came over without a marriage license from her country. And in her situation, she had children and she was babysitting. And that the money that she was getting from her babysitting carried her through after her husband also died. It's just so sad that those 2 women, this is real. And she raised her children. The boy got 18 and she had bought a brand new car, babysitted. She made good money, very good money. Here again, that money that she was making, she had nothing going into any type of savings program to take care of her if something would happen to her. The children didn't have burial insurance. She had burial insurance. The other two examples, also the husband didn't have any burial insurance, and they didn't work for companies like here in America, so therefore they were just, the wives were just out, completely out of luck. This child got 18 years old, and the woman loaned him her car. He wrecks her car. She gets stuck now with a $500 bill and no way to actually pay all of that because she's got to pay the insurance and no car. I mean, it's just sad that these are Islamic sisters who weren't properly taken care of by their husbands because they didn't set up the dowry correctly. Alhamdulillah.
Or the big problem, like the sister here is typing on Facebook. Exactly. The dowry is for the woman. Yeah. But unfortunately, the dowry is going to the father, to the brothers, to the uncles. And this is how we deviate.
That's a big mistake.
Yes.
That's a big mistake.
And that's not how Islam goes. You know, the dowry is for the woman to keep, and that's the purpose of it in case the marriage doesn't work out or something. But instead of you giving the money to the girl, the woman, it's going to the father. It's like we're back to selling our daughters.
Yes.
Okay, and good job, Anissa. Go ahead.
And then
thank you, Sister Anissa. That's a good point.
MashaAllah. Continue. We have here convert U.S. wives who have married convert husbands, and they have taken more than one wife. Here again, the husbands don't have any insurance. They are barely working to even cover one wife, but yet they've got to look at the other two or three that they have. These wives are not getting protection. They're not getting their maintenance, and they definitely don't have the leadership of their husbands. All because a man's mind was stuck on whatever he wanted to do with a woman, putting her in a situation that here the mentality here in this United States is that the woman is the one that caused the fault because she's the one that sinned against God or sinned against the Creator when she ate that apple. So they got that stupid concept in their minds, and they're going on that concept, and they're treating women terribly so because they're saying the woman is below her. That puts the woman in a situation the way she's got to get out, get a job, take care of herself, and she's almost just being independent as a wife. That is so sad because that's happening all over the United States. And then the man just go out and pick up little bits and pieces of jobs here and there, and if something would happen to them, the woman is still not supported. I suggest that woman get the heck out of that Dodge. Don't even try to stay there because you're already being a man and a woman. Subhanallah.
Okay, so this is an example as to, again, how it's important. When we convert to this religion, we have to learn it. Ignorance is bliss. You know, there's rights.
To work all these rights in front
of
men and women.
You have to, before you get married, you need to learn what your rights and roles are as a wife.
And they shouldn't get married to somebody and then the first week or the first month, they will say, my rights and your rights. This is wrong. They should live in tranquility and love and mercy, and they shouldn't think about all of this. They should treat each other beyond all of these ones.
Okay, a sister here on Facebook says, Miss Jackson, Assalamu alaikum, Miss Jackson. She's a new convert. She says, related to what Sister Anissa said, nowadays husbands are using the wives' money to provide and maintain the family. He's making the wife work while he sends his money back home. Exactly. That's another thing that's wrong. You know, we sisters, women, we don't work unless we have to. It's not our job to be providers and maintainers. That's the man's job. A woman's money is hers. The Prophet's wives used to work, but they worked from home making leather, and they would hire someone to go to the market to sell for them. The Prophet didn't take their money. That was their extra money that they had. So this is another way we've deviated away from the rights that Allah has given to Muslim women, you know. But again, ignorance is bliss. We have to learn our rights. Good job, Miss Jackson. Okay. Good job, Anissa. Who else would like to contribute? I want you sisters to be able to do just like Anissa and Miss Jackson are doing here.
One more thing, Layla. I gotta end it. There's sisters such as, I'm just gonna not call out a name, but we have a sister here on our website who actually lost her husband and she has children. I would like to say that that sister can almost be put as an equal to our mothers who have gone on before us and are now in paradise. Because that sister has to be triumphant, she has to be diligent, she's got to be bold, she's got to be whatever she needs to be to put herself in this world and conquer her spirituality, conquer her social aspects, dealing with the economic aspects, the political aspects, the moral aspects, and most of all, she's raising male children and a child, a young girl. And I pray to Allah that Allah gives her the strength to put her in the books as one of a famous woman, one of the famous women here on earth for our Islamic history. SubhanAllah.
And what does Islam teach us to do when that happens? That's taken back to the rights that Allah has given us. What does Islam teach us to do if a woman loses her husband and the woman has children? What are some of the rules and suggestions and laws that Allah gives, to deal with that? Whose responsibility is to try to help that sister?
It's the community.
It's the community. And what did the companions do? If a woman was widowed, the companions would try to marry her, and they would try to take on the children. See, this is what I want y'all to see. I want y'all to take whatever is happening in life today, and I want y'all to see that Allah has perfected Islam. There's a solution. There's a what to do has already been told to us by Allah. But because we're not doing it, or because we don't know Allah's laws, we want to say Islam is a failure. No, you're the failure for not knowing your rights. You're the failure for not knowing this religion. Seeking knowledge of this deen is an obligation on all Muslims.
Sister Layla, the one who deprived her husband from getting the second wife, if he's able to, she's going against herself, because her husband may die or she might be divorced, and then she will be looked down and she will be left isolated. So the security for the family and the community is to abide by the rule of Islam.
Exactly.
So you think about, if you allow that, you bring satisfaction to your heart and you feel secure, more secure. If you lost your husband, if you were divorced, there is an opportunity for you.
Yes.
Not one person, but many people from the community. So nowadays they are.
Yeah, because we've deviated away from Islam. We don't understand our religion. We're picking and choosing what parts of Islam to practice and what parts not. This is why we're in the state that we're in. The companions weren't like that. Okay. Who else want to share? Thank you, Anissa. I want to hear everyone else in the Zoom room participate. All of you are women.
Sister Elma, do you want to say something?
And I don't want to hear a book report, Elma. I want you to speak from your heart about the topic here. I don't need another book report or summarizing what Dr. Assem already done taught us. Let's hear it. Go ahead, Elma.
Sorry, I'm trying to think of something right now. I'm trying to think.
Yeah, your experience.
Yeah, you're a woman. You should know. You're a Sunnahfollowers woman.
People around you in the neighborhood, in the community. And by the way, what we have talking about today caused a big challenge for Muslim communities. This is a very, very, very critical issue, very sophisticated issue, and people might not think about it when they get married.
Yeah. How have we deviated away in fulfilling the rights and obligations that Allah has imposed upon us as Muslim women? Elma, you smart. You one of my better students.
Well,
you can think of one. Go ahead.
Well, there's something that came to my mind. I would say that some fathers, they haven't taken on the responsibility of guiding their children, teaching them, and they don't teach them about modesty or the right way to get married. And then when the daughter starts doing haram things and getting into haram relationships, the father says, okay, that's it. You made your decision. You're going to get married now. You don't have a choice anymore. So instead of the father doing his obligations and giving her her rights and teaching her the right way, okay, if you want to get married, you tell me. If you're interested in somebody, you tell me. And then we can start the procedure, the right way to get married. And so the girls become at loss because they're young, they make wrong decisions, they choose the wrong person, and then they have to deal with that for many years to come because their father wasn't giving her her rights and being a good guardian.
Yeah.
And I see this in communities a lot. Young girls, they make a mistake, get boyfriends, and then they're in bad marriages after that because their father didn't give them their rights.
Because they raised boys and girls in a different way without being equal. And therefore they are not right husbands or right wives. If I ask one question to everybody here, you have brothers and sisters. Do you think your father and your mother raised you equal?
No.
Or favor boys?
I can
girls?
answer. My mother favored all my 4 brothers over me. I'm the black sheep of the family.
Why? Because daughters are the gates to paradise, not boys. This is nonsense. So we create this problem on our own. Sister Elma, what do you think about that?
Yes, definitely. I think they put different they give different priorities to the girls. Like they have to do everything right, they have to know everything, and they're lazy with the boys. The boys are, more lazy. And when it comes to the marriage, like I said, they don't give another chance to the girl, but the men, they allow them to do whatever they want. The boys, I mean, so.
Yeah, let me explain that. So they don't care if their boys go out and commit mistakes like fornication or whatever. But for a girl, this is subhanallah. They are both humans, and you should care about this and about this. So these are the same condition should apply to everybody.
Exactly. Okay. This is another example, reverting back to how it was before Islam, where the sons were preferred and the daughters buried. Same thing. A boy commits a sin, the fornication, we brush it off. The girl does it. Oh, she's done. Throw her out the house, kill her, let her leave her out to her own. So another example, Allah gave us the rules and guidelines, equity amongst our children. Treat them all just and fair, and even told us there's more reward in raising a Muslim girl, teaching her manners.
And Sister Layla, they forgot that the boy committed that act with another female.
Exactly. See, that's what's even worse. Exactly. Good job, Elman. So anyone else want to contribute? Who else got an example?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Yes. Being a convert and never married, and then you marry someone that has been in Islam all of their lives, and they come from an Islamic family in an Islamic country, and they marry a woman that never knew anything about, learning about marriage and being a married woman and how to be a good wife and how to be a good person. And they take advantage of that. And they're not doing their duties. What do you do in that case?
Okay, what do you think you do? Hold on.
Fatima, well, myself.
What does Islam teach us to do? This ain't the Q&A.
Not to do. I'm not asking for a Q&A. I'm just trying to say, because I feel they take advantage of the one. I don't have a brother. I don't have a sister.
You already know. You know the answer,
Fatima. If you come to Sister Layla's website, you will learn your rights.
She knows. She knows her rights.
I'm learning. I have the rights, but I'm just trying to understand to deal with that situation. I guess
Teach him the rights that you learned from Sister Layla.
Right, but when you can't
before
communicate,
then you know the
Before you
answer
get
to
married,
that. And if that doesn't work, what do you do, Fatima? You already know.
get on out of that.
There you go. So there you go. You already know. You one of my sisters here of experience. You know.
I know. I'm just trying to, from this is all right here. What Dr. Assem said. Alhamdulillah. I've been listening, and I'm just trying to, because I have no communication with that individual. So it's very hard for me to bring all of this information to them, knowing that he knows it because he's a person of knowledge and he's been there and he knows, but he's never been married. And this is crazy. So I'm trying to figure it out to talk to them.
Here is the issue. You might have somebody is a talkative person, a good speaker, and a public figure, but he can just talk.
He doesn't say anything. That's the problem.
When it comes to practice, you look at his family back home. How they raised them, and how his father and mother behaves. And from that, you understand how he will behave with you.
That's why I don't understand his character right now. Came into America and the way he is. I don't understand it.
Well, Islam teaches us what to do. When you realize that you got a bad apple out the bunch, divorce is good and clean.
I know.
That's why Allah doesn't trap us, and we're not trapped in no situation. When all things, when you communication is, that's what I'm saying. Communication is important. If you married to a person that's just sitting there on a lump, he's supposed to be your iman. You just got to understand it's the man's job to lead you to paradise. If I marry a man and I realize that he can't lead me, I have no need for him.
Right.
So if I don't have no need for you, I ain't gonna try to figure out why. I'm gonna say bye and go find, and Allah will bring me somebody that can. So don't get caught up in that emotion.
When you can't communicate,
then then move to the next level.
Then you have to move on.
Right.
Exactly. But you have to be able to address it and send them what they need to get the heck out. I'm out of it. I'm gonna get out of it. But however, he needs to know everything he's doing is wrong. He knows he's wrong.
But that's Allah. Allah is the one that controls the heart of man. You can't make a Muslim. No. You can't make a believer. You can't make a person understand. Understanding is a gift that comes from Allah, not you or me. Just like I sit here trying to teach y'all and get y'all to open up and understand. I can't make you. I have to realize I did what I could, and the rest is up to that person. Allah, I gotta let it go.
I understand that, Sister Layla, but what I'm trying to get to, what I'm trying to say, I have no communication with him. He's not calling me. I'm stubborn. I'm very stubborn. And I don't kiss nobody's behind.
Then what does Allah say?
I don't worship a man.
If the man ain't calling you, then why are you hanging on? You gotta let him go.
I'm not hanging on. I'm trying to find his address so that I can send him them papers. They told me I got to move in on something else on the subject right here. I don't trying to be nothing, but I'm trying to find out what was popping whilst I was driving and delivering my oils and stuff. So what's going on up in here?
Did you send me my incense?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. She's selling incense, Dr. Assem.
Okay, I'm gonna stop here.
But no, I understand what you're saying. But Fatima, me and you gonna talk after this because you ain't got to go through that. It's simple and easy. I'll talk to you later. That's something. Yeah, I understand what you're talking about.
Sorry, Dr. Assem. I just need answers.
She trying to let this dude get this dude. Girl, you ain't got to go through all that. Just send him an email.
I know. They told me I got to submit something. I went to the court, and this is what they told me.
Yeah, well, I can tell you how to get around that. Yeah,
thank you.
Yeah, because
Dr. Assem, please give me through it. I'm sorry, everybody.
No,
please
stay in here.
That's a good reflection. That's
good. Yeah, that's my girl. Let her. She know what she's doing. Yeah. Wait a minute, Sister Goldie typed this. She said she's on YouTube. She said, be careful of international online scrubs. Number one, they want to go to Hollywood to be a star. Number two, they have the high degree and family already has an arrangement for them. So be careful of the international men that's just looking for a ticket here, because nine times out of 10, they got women at home.
I heard in the BBC that some guys, they came from Muslim countries, and they came with a fatwa that you can marry for traveling. It's called traveling marriage. So they came here, and while they stayed for like 4 years or so, they got married, and they got kids, and then after they finished, they left without any word.
Yeah.
And they didn't bring money to their family, never. And even they don't communicate. They don't communicate. They didn't communicate with them. And their kids are around 18, 17, 19 years old now. Subhanallah. Fatwa for traveling. Is this how you spread Islam?
That's terrible.
And you are from a rich family. You are from like a damn rich family, rich country. So you can bring your wife with you, with her kids back home, and you live in luxury because you don't you don't live in poverty. You are like you live in a good situation. So, subhanallah. So this is a wrong practice that we should protect people and girls from. So thank you, Sister Fatima. That's a good.
Yeah, that's my girl. She know what's up. I feel sorry for that dude too. Because when she get him, she gonna get him.
Oh, I had something to say to add on to this.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, it's important as I, looking from, the point that I was a convert coming. About Islam, and she starts learning about this beautiful religion and gets specs, and then men throw, different beautiful facts about Islam, and then now she's being introduced to it in conjunction with, other facts or whatnot. And what tends to happen is with this introduction, there's a topic of, as this was laid out front, marriage is half of your deen. It's beautiful. A woman doesn't know. First, she doesn't know lots of her rights, and this is being thrown at her feet. So she gets it. This becomes a basis of marriage. Then you have brothers that come in because she doesn't know her rights or doesn't know the beauty of Islam and what her role is or whatnot. They introduce her to, hey, marriage is half of your deen. So what happens? Marriage is half of your deen. Oh yes, here we have the umbrella of polygamy. Polygamy, that's a right also. It's beautiful in Islam. So then she gets an introduction to that. But then she also gets a little sight of, hey, many times these polygamous relationships and marriages, we have a man who doesn't understand his role as being the forefront and the person that could be who not could be, but is the main protector and provider, but not having and understanding that role, have these women introduced and marry these women, and she has a role. So now he's using the system, he's using the amount of children that he has to be a number to count as using the system and using the public system in order to facilitate all the wives that are there. So now here she comes in the picture. She is now being introduced as another number into that marriage role. So she can either have a choice by him who throws all this jargon to her. Oh, marriage is half the religion. Polygamy is acceptable. Throw in a little bit of this, and I call it Islam, into her, into her lap, and she thinks, oh, this is beautiful, and this is what Islam is. So the woman comes into this picture. Oh, this is what Islam is. I'm a new convert. I don't know my rights. This man tells me, hey, polygamy is beautiful. This is what it entails or whatnot. So now I got to go out. I got to get on the system or I got to work. Not only that, whatever I get, I also got to put front to take care of how many other families? So whatever I bring in is not mine anymore. I have to think of the bigger picture, and I have to put forth and also contributing to paying as well as taking care of other kids in this situation. And it's not fair a lot of times, and this is what's introduced to a lot of women in the community. Instead of saying, here, you are beautiful, this is what Allah has, given to you. This is what Islam has provided for you. But what ends up happening is the woman comes in, she's being, showcased out. This is what's shown to her, and this is what it is. And it's unfortunate because we have so many beautiful people who want to come into Islam and know about Islam. But unfortunately, due to a lot of situations and a lot of people, a lot of men who are just like, I like you for you, and because I want you, I'm going to show you this part of Islam. It becomes like a disadvantage for our beautiful, new converts, people who have never been married. They get the wrong side of Islam. And then what ends up happening, a lot of them apostate. They don't want to hear about Islam because they got this really bad picture, bad taste in their mouth of what Islam is. And unfortunately, I've been introduced to a lot of sisters who have gone through these situations. And one more point I just wanted to touch on, the international side of it. We have a lot of sisters who are new converts, they get attached to these men for marriage, and they serve them a platter of, oh, Islam is beautiful, we're going to go ahead, we're going to have this beautiful union, I want to come to the States, alhamdulillah. But they never let the sister that they're marrying know they already have a situation established in foreign seas. They got the wife, they got the kids. But because the female is in this land, she's supposed to be the, filing the papers to get him over here to start that life. So while this sister may feel and think that her husband's coming over here and they're going to start that life, in his mind, he already has that established. I'm going to get my first wife and kids deceitfully over to the U.S., have them established, and leaves the first sister here just dangling, not understanding, hey, this is the situation. And I've seen it happen several times, and it's unfortunate that we have the Muslim men who come here and, out of being deceitful, wanting to establish a life with a sister over here to get what they need to get to establish the life for their previous family, instead of being truthful and incorporating her and introducing her. Hey, we have another family. She might be down with it. She might be down, say, hey, I may have another family coming here, but they won't say that. So they deceitfully come here, get married just on the premise to get their first family out. And what ends up happening? Another situation where there's abuse. And 9 times out of 10, again, that sister apostates. So and there's many different forms and factors that may happen. Unfortunately, that for us sisters, that we don't know our rights, we don't know the situations, but there are dangers that lurk in the background, whether we have a wali, or not, or we're not knowledgeable of the deen, or have people that can really push us to knowing and learning about this beautiful deen and what we can benefit from that. On, first of all, putting Allah in his beautiful deen up front, and practicing off of that and living, because this is our way of life. But really, like when the sister comes in, even, her taking her shahada, even going down the line of her being an experienced sister, for her to even learn more about her deen, and finding somewhere like Sunnahfollowers where she can continually learn, about this beautiful deen, so that she can not have to, come upon these these blocks again in her life. So that's just my take on that and my experience and what came forth. I don't want to take it too long, but I just wanted to say that. So
yeah, my advice, that's wonderful. So thank you for sharing this information. So my advice to girls: don't marry someone who doesn't know the rights and the duties. And my advice to a man, don't marry any girl that she doesn't know the rights and the duties. Because this is a protection for you. Because sometimes if you don't have a wife who knows her rights, you may cross these rights because of what? To get some benefits. And this will lead you to the hellfire later on because you become like dealing with her with unjust and mistreating her and and the like at the day of judgment Allah will forgive. Allah may forgive everything related to him, but he will never forgive anything related to people unless if people forgive you, and you have to go to the person that you mistreated him or you insulted him or you did something wrong to him, begging for his forgiveness, because Allah would say, go to him. So, subhanallah. So, my advice is that don't get married to somebody who doesn't know the rights. And before getting married, you need to get the one whose deen is perfect. That the Prophet ﷺ said for a man and for a woman. So, his deen is perfect, who understand his deen. And the first fard ayn for someone who's getting married is to know the rights. Fard ayn meaning the obligatory knowledge for a man who's getting married or a woman who's getting married is to know the rights and duties. Thank you. So, do we have anybody else to contribute?
I think that's all. Alhamdulillah, this was a good participation from the sisters here. I appreciate you all taking it, putting it onto the topic and not onto book reports. That's the thing, the whole purpose of this class with Dr. Assem, reflections of the Quran. I want you sisters to take the words of Allah, ponder the meaning of them, and then implement them in your life. And also look around you and see how most Muslims, unfortunately, are not implementing this religion correctly. Okay, but that doesn't mean that you can't try to change that. Remember, Allah doesn't change the condition of a people until we take the steps to change the condition of ourselves. Yeah, Dr. Assem, I really enjoyed this presentation. May Allah bless you.
Jazakumullah khairan. And they have contributed and they added more insight to that. So we come to the end of the class. Subhanak Allahumma wa hamdik, nashhadu an la ilaha illa ant, nastaghfiruka wa natubu ilayk. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم والعصر إن الإنسان لفي خسر إلا الذين آمنوا وعملوا الصالحات وتواصوا بالحق وتواصوا بالصبر سبحان ربك رب العزة عما يصفون وسلام على المرسلين والحمد لله رب العالمين والسلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.
Okay, recording stopped. Okay, everyone else stay live because now we have my class and we're gonna keep it moving. I'm sorry. I'm proud of you guys. Elma, you did good. Anissa, great job, Anissa. Fatima, we're gonna talk about it. Girl, I feel sorry for him. And Anissa, great job. And you were patient. Fatima, you were very patient.
Thank you.
Girl, thank you. But I know you. And he do too. That's why you can't find him right now.
That's why he not communicating, and he don't want me near him, because if I get to him,
he knows, and that's why, but girl, I love you. I
love you too, Sister Layla.
And by the way, you got to, when you gonna come down here to visit me, girl?
I gotta get down there. I gotta get some money. I'm ready to come. I'm ready to go.
Yeah. I need to hook up with you. Oh, guys, I'm waiting on a couple of the sisters. This is my class. Yeah, let me change the background. Hold on, guys. I'm not going to redo the stream because I went through problems getting the stream to work today.
You look nice. No.
You like this?
Well,
the background.
Yeah, with your colors. And,
but this is the class on diluting. And that's going to clash with me today. We sisters got to keep it real. Red and brown. I don't know. Red and black goes well, but let me see. Sheikh Kareem Abu Zaid's little background. Let me see. Hold on. Oh, the sisters are here from the Emirates. Assalamu alaikum, Sister Wafa. You want to send me a plane ticket? Wait, we talk about that later. I ain't got, wait a minute, hold on. No, don't go out buying plane tickets for me to come to, no, hold on. We'll talk about that. Yes, okay, she wants me to come to the Emirates. They having a women's conference in the Emirates, and you want me to come? You want to send me a plane ticket? Wefat, we talk about that later because I got some things happening in my life here. Okay. I tell you guys, I know I spend a lot of my time on this internet, but I do have a personal life. Let me work some things out. When is this conference that y'all having, this women's conference in the Emirates? A women's scholars conference? When is it? Oh, we got time. So it's not like tomorrow or next month. Okay, we'll talk about it. Okay. You know what you can do, let me talk about this for a second, guys. Hold on, let me put the tab up. I got these sisters and brothers too coming in here from the Emirates. Hold on for a sec. Let me put it up here. Where is it at? Y'all know I'm getting ready to hit it with it. All right. Wait a minute. Hold on. Wait a minute. I'm trying to, let me set it up. Okay. Hold on. Am I doing it right? I didn't freeze right? Okay, hold on. Okay, let's set this up right. And let's change the color. This ain't blue. Let's make it black or red. Which color should I make it black? Y'all know I got to be color coordinated. That's the OCD with me. I'm a perfectionist. Things have to blend in and be perfect. Even colors. That's why my house is nice. Yeah, I got a nice house. Hold on. Oh, look at that, y'all. Check that out, Fatima. How that look? With the red. Fatima? Yeah. Okay. I want to let everybody know, for those of you who don't know, we are a nonprofit organization. El Quran wa Sunnah Islamic Site of Learning. We've been around since 1986. Oh, yeah. Before this website, before the internet became the way it is, we had this thing called FNet. Oh, yeah. FNet Internet Relay Chat. Layla was an IRC op. Oh, yeah. I ran 4 servers or more. I was an IRC op on the Kuwait server, UAE server, Iran server, and I was on 2 servers in America and 1 in Canada. I was with Dianora and them. Oh, yeah, that's back in the old 80s. I was an IRC op. Not only was I an IRC op, but also the Fuckermans and all of them, the Zuckermans, that's his name. Zuckermans, the Zuckermans. That's how we all knew of each other. We ran those internet relay servers. And then in 1986, 4 young guys who were going to school in California, they said, Layla, because I was Lady Locks. That was my name. I was Lady Locks. I'm still in the things. Me and Dianora and them used to nuke people. We were bad. But anyway, they said, Lady Locks, we have a project in school. We want to see if we can add voice technology. I said, voice technology? Because back then we used, it was IRC, just typing. He said, we want to see if we can put voice on the internet. And I said, okay, well, I'm trying to make a website because my job had moved me to another part of Ohio. I was away from my mosque, my family, all Muslims and all that. I said, I'm trying to make an Islamic website and it would be nice if I could talk. if we could talk on it, and you know, we could have the scholars from Egypt come in to teach. So they said, let's experiment. Bam. That's when my website was the first website to use voice technology. We were called KuwaitiNet. KuwaitiNet. Yep. KuwaitiNet. And subhanAllah, that was before Freetail. That was before Pale Talk. That was before all of that crap. My website was here before Freetail. Y'all ain't know what Freetail was. But anyway, we've been around for a long time. And then when I married Sheikh Atlee came here as one of the scholars to teach. I had Yusuf Karadari originally, Jamal Badawi originally, Umar El-Eshkar. Those were my teachers. And then they brought in, when Sheikh Karadari had to leave Egypt because of the political situation, Umar El-Eshkar had to go back to Syria. Jamal Badawi was in Canada doing his thing, you know, but they brought me Sheikh Abu Atayib, who is Sheikh Morsi, the teacher I have now. Okay. And then after Sheikh Morsi came here came Muhammad Saeed Atlee. Okay. And when Muhammad Saeed Atlee joined, he said, Sister Layla, get it incorporated. So Sunnah Followers has been incorporated. We are a non-profit organization. We've been around a long time. And it takes money to run this website. Back in the 80s, everything was free because the internet was new. And the internet was, this is before Windows were invented. We didn't even have Windows back then. Okay. But now, since technology has advanced, nothing is free on the internet. You have to pay even for the pictures you use. Unless you make your own pictures like I did here, everything is copyrights. Unless you make your own logo like we did here, everything is copyrights. And by the way, we pay $12 a month to keep our logos. $12 a month. That's how nothing is free. So before, it didn't cost no money for me to run this website. But now that this is fast forward 30-something years later, nothing is free. So I'm glad that we did become incorporated. Thanks to Sheikh Muhammad Saeed Atlee's suggestion. We are a nonprofit organization. We are 501c3. That's our number there, 562324211. Any donations you make, you can write them off at the end of the year when you file your income tax. And guess how much it costs? It costs over $2,000 a month to run this website. I'm going to tell y'all the truth. I think it costs like $3,000 because I'm always having to get new programs. So we need your donations. For you sisters who know me, they know that I just retired. Before, I had a job. I worked for the government. Money wasn't no problem for Layla. Money, 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 money. I'd work 2 days overtime, and that was $2,000 to pay for my website. So I wasn't soliciting for donations back then. But now that I've retired, I live on a set income. You know, all good things come to an end. So I got a set income. I can't afford to pay the $3,000 it costs to run this website because I need my money to buy my hijabs. I got to get my facials going. You know, I got to have a beautiful, luxurious apartment like I got. I'm up high maintenance. Y'all know that. I drive a luxury car. By the way, I lease. By the way, leasing is good because you get a new car every 2 years. You're going to get me a new car. I think I'm going for the Cadillac this time. You know those Cadillacs are sharp, Fresno. Check out the SUV, the new SUV Cadillac. Girl, I'm getting me a Cadillac. Them suckers are sharp. They even talk to you. Oh, yeah. Oh, but anyway, that's another topic. Okay, so I can't afford to pay for this website, guys. So, yeah, I only got 4,000 miles on this one. She's right. She said, Layla, you ain't got but 4,000 miles and you can ready to get a new one. Yep, my car is on, I only got 4,000 miles on it. But I'm getting ready to get me another, you know. It's a lease. That's the benefit to leasing. Plus, it ain't no interest. No interest. Car notes stay the same. Yeah, you like those Cadillacs too, Goldie? They sharp, the new SUVs. Get ready to get one. Oh yeah, long as the car note, it stays the same. You know, the heated seats I already got. Yeah, I got the heated seats and stuff already. Yeah. I got a Toyota RAV. I love it. My Toyota RAV, girl, my RAV is loaded. I got the heated seats already and stuff. I got the sunroof. I got the internet. Yeah, even my car has internet. Ain't that something? I got to stay connected. Y'all know I'm always. Yeah, I have internet inside my car so I can, stream if I have to, even though I don't stream nowhere. Yeah, I like my Toyota, but I saw those Cadillacs. I'm going to check that Cadillac out. But anyway, guys, I need my money to take care of my lifestyle. So your donations will go to support this website. Please donate. Okay. And you can donate by scanning the QR code there. You can also Zelle us at Layla@SunnahFollowers.net, or you can PayPal me or go to what's that, Cash App. And that money goes straight to this website. It doesn't go in nobody's pocket here because all of us, we're independent. I'm independent. Amina Fresno, she retired from the federal government. She gets more money than I do. Oh, yeah. We don't need nobody's money. We independent women here. Plus, she got a man. She's married. So please support this tower effort, guys. Yeah, and it's the end. Oh, yeah, it is. It's the end of the month, too. Oh, yeah, I didn't see that. Monday is the 1st. They're going to take out $300 for the streaming program. Yeah. A lot of people like to pay for the streaming program. I'm letting y'all know the streaming program is $300 a month. They usually take that out the 1st of the month. That's $300 that we need right there by Monday. Yeah, we can do fundraisers, but I don't know how, Sister Amina. Yeah, Amina's in Philadelphia. By the way, is that imam in Philadelphia still talking like me, Amina? That imam in Philadelphia, is he still using my quotes? Don't get it twisted. Let's talk about it. Notorious. Yeah, but yeah, we could do fundraisers, but I need you sisters to do it because I don't have the time. Seriously, I got all the classes I'm streaming. Yeah, but if y'all want to do fundraisers, yeah, we can do that to earn money. Yeah. One of the brothers here told me to check out Launch Thing. Yeah, that one of the brothers here I think it might have been Kareem Abu Zaid. He said launch good. But I think I looked at that Launch Good website, but you have to have a cause. I mean, or something. I don't know. Yeah, but yeah, we can do fundraisers. Yeah. Yeah, give my salams to that imam in Philadelphia that uses my phrases all the time. Yeah, he comes in here. Amina, he comes in here. A lot of those imams come into my stream. Y'all know that they be copying me. The brothers love to copy what I'm talking about, which is good. They need to because they got more people listening to them. Yeah. Don't get it twisted. Hashtag don't get it twisted. Yeah, that's Layla. Right. Okay, but please, guys, donate to support us. We need your donations because Monday will mark the 1st of the month. Okay, and the streaming program itself is $300. I don't have no money. Alhamdulillah. Okay, y'all ready for the class? Let's get started. Hold on for a second. Let me my grandkids sent me a message. What's this? Wait a minute, hold on for a second, guys. My grandkids at me. I bought him had to order him a new bike, and the bike has not come in yet. You know, when you're tall, my grandson, he's really tall. He's tall like my brothers, and I had to get a special bike made for him. Okay, so anyway, let's get started. Ina alhamdulillah wa salat wa salam ala wa rasulullah. Welcome to our class, Diluting Wala Wal Bara. And we've covered so much information in this class that today what I'm going to do, oh yeah, I'm getting ready to pop it up on you. We're doing a quiz just to see how well you guys have remembered the concept of allegiance and disassociation. And also this quiz will let me see as a teacher whether or not you as a student are implementing these concepts in your personal lives. Okay, and Sheikh Kareem Abu Zaid, may Allah bless him and forgive him of his sins, I tell him all the time that inshallah, this series, the Right Belief series, that's the title of this series that I have incorporated into our curriculum. Inshallah, may this be a means of paradise for him, because I've never seen any other Aqidah books broken down into English clearly and in detail like this series is. And that's why I'm telling all my students, order the entire series. The books are only $19.99. This is the last of the series, the red one. You got the blue pill, you got the red pill. I want you to take both pills. They're both just $19.99, because I'll be teaching this all the time, because this is now incorporated into our curriculum. We have to have a curriculum in order to be an Islamic university like we are, and all his books. And also his new series on the, well, how do you say it again, Geechee? Geechee. What's the new series called again that I'm going to be teaching? His Maqasid. Maqasid? I'm going to be teaching his Maqasid.
Yeah, Maqasid.
His Maqasid. His Maqasid Tafsir. Okay, that's going to be the new series too that I'll be teaching in about 2 weeks, beginning in 2 weeks, inshallah. So you want to go to get this book, and how can you purchase this book? Go to Amazon, Amazon.com. Amazon.com. I got a thing here. I'm trying to find it with all the information. Let's see. I'm trying. Why come I never can find that little thing? Here it is. There it is. Diluting Wala Wal Bara, Volume 2, Sheikh Kareem Abu Zaid. You can purchase this book by going to Amazon.com. The book, there it is. It's $19.99. The book is over 500 pages. Well worth the $20. Okay? A steak dinner costs $28. This is better than a steak dinner. Okay, so please go to Amazon, and order this book if you don't have it, so that way you will have it when I teach it again. So today what I'm going to do is quiz you guys just to see how well you understand this. Oh, wait a minute. Hold on for a second. You saw him with the other brother that was, which other brother? Who's he with that was teaching here? Who was he with? Sister Amina? I like to know who my past I done had so many famous personalities in here teaching. Which one that was teaching here? We got a bunch of them. Oh, yeah. Y'all know Yasir Qadi used to teach here. Oh, yeah, he sure did. Bilal Phillips. Bilal Phillips used to teach here on my website. Who else? All them famous brothers that came from here, basically. Dr. Main. I still keep in touch with Dr. Main. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. I know you're talking about Sister Amina. All right, yeah, he used my words all the time. That brother does that. Yeah, the imam she talking about in Philly. Yeah, he uses my, he listens to me a lot. Okay, so here we go with the quiz. Here's my first question. And don't get it twisted. I want you guys to give me the right answer. Who can tell me what is the Fitra? Who can explain? What is the Fitra? And I'm using my King Arthur voice. Y'all ever seen that movie Excalibur? And when they asked the King Arthur, you know, what is the Fitra? And by the way, guys, that movie Excalibur, did y'all look at who was one of the writers and producers? It was a Muslim man. And basically, when King Arthur lost his sword, this part of the movie was taken from this question. When King Arthur lost the sword, his kingdom, Camelot, vanished. So he sent his knights out to find what it was that he lost, because he couldn't remember what he lost. Y'all can tell that a lot of these fables are written by Muslims. Y'all know I got a degree in English, so I had to study this stuff. Okay? Oh yeah, that's my thing. English, communications. Oh yeah, I'm a real teacher. But anyway, King Arthur lost this. And so he sent the knights of the round table had to go out and find what it was he lost. But they didn't know what he lost. So that last scene where that one knight was in the ocean drowning, and this cup came down, and they said, they were asking, what did he lose? What is the Fitra? He said, I don't know, in the movie. What is the meaning of the Fitra? Then he remembered. So now you guys tell me, what is the Fitra? Who can remember? Children? Who can? Go ahead.
Okay. The Fitra is when Allah created Adam. He created, then after he created him, he blew his soul into him. Then after that, Allah ran his hand across Adam's back. When he ran it across his back, he put the souls into us, humanity. Then we appeared. People appeared.
Okay, stop right there. People appeared, and he put the souls into humanity. You know the answer. It's just the wording ain't right. You got it right, though. I know what you're saying, but it's just not worded right.
Correct.
But good job. Let somebody else try now. Good, Fatima. I know you know the answer. Good job. You got it right. But I want somebody else to tell me with the correct words. Good job, Fatima.
Okay.
What is the Fitra? Who can try it with the proper wording? Anyone else? What is the Fitra? Come on, people, wake up. Elma, what is the Fitra? She knows. Tell them what the Fitra is, Elma. Brother Abdullah, what is the Fitra? Based on the answer that she gave, y'all should have this. You should know it. Geechee, what is the Fitra? Every Muslim on this planet should know this. That's why that hadith gets messed up. Y'all butcher that hadith and its meaning. What is the Fitra?
Can I try it?
Don't ask, can you try? Just get on the mic.
Not even
Okay.
And Norto, you sit back and let her answer without butting in. Go ahead, Aisha.
The fitra is the light that's attached to our hearts, and it's the light that's from our soul that testify that there's no God worthy of worship except Allah. When Allah created Adam, He created him and blew soul in him, and then Allah ran His hand across Adam, and then all the souls of the humanities, all of us appeared. And then He had all the soul.
Okay, stop right there. Did y'all get her answer? She gave the answer, but she going on even further. Stop there, though. Did y'all hear her answer? Did y'all hear what she said the fitra is? What did she say the fitra is? Geechee? Mina?
light.
The light of what?
The picture was declined to do good.
Okay, I don't want you guys to say the fitra is light, because that doesn't make sense. What type of light? My fitra is not light. What is the fitra? Let me ask it again. Even when y'all hear a person get an answer, y'all don't remember. Whoa.
The fitra is the part of you that's declined to do right. It's the part that's attached to the heart. And the parts that's attached to the heart knows good from wrong, bad from dirty, and just different things like that. So when Allah created us, it's entitled to do, because our soul, when it first came, was basically
okay. Just leave it at that. Yeah, there you go. You got it. What is the fitra? It's the natural inclination that is embedded within all of us to be attracted to what is good and clean. It's the natural inclination that is embedded within all of us that believes in Allah, that believes in all that is truthful, all that is good, all that is clean. Write that down. Y'all understand that? It's not a light. I don't want to hear none of my students, if I ask you what a fitra is, light. That's stupid. That doesn't even make sense. What do you mean light? I ain't got no light hanging on me. My veil reflects the light. What are y'all talking about? Y'all got to use plain, simple English, especially when you explaining this deen to your children. My grandkids ask me, and one of my grandsons asked me when I bought him this bike. He said, what is the fitra? Jeddah, what is the fitra that I hear you talking about? I told him it's the natural inclination that is embedded within all of us, that's attracted to what's good, what's clean. And it believes in Allah. It knows that Allah is in control. Allah is who we are held accountable to. That Allah is omnipotent. That's the fitra. That's the type of answer that you guys want to give. Y'all understand now? Y'all understand now? The way that you guys are answering, the way that Fatima got it right, the way that y'all are answering shows me that you're doing a lot of memorization. You sisters are memorizing. I don't want y'all to memorize. Remember, the prophet said the difference between knowledge and understanding. Understanding is when you take what you have memorized, put it in your heart, and act on it. Okay? Jamila said the natural state of every soul of every human being in which Allah wants us to remain. That's not good enough. That's not good enough, Jamila. That's not good enough. Y'all got it, because those are nice words, but my grandson wouldn't know what that means. He would still say, well, what's that, Jeddah? What's that, Jeddah? What's that? Y'all got to break it down. The natural inclination that is attracted to everything that's good and clean. The natural inclination within us that knows that we were created for a purpose. That natural inclination within us that knows that we will be held accountable to Allah. Y'all got to break it down. Don't use big, pretty words that you don't understand the meaning of. That's memory. I'm teaching you to understand. Okay, so that's the Fitra. Here's my next question. We just completed one of the most sacred days of the year for us. We all went through we just completed the month of Hajj. And Arafat, the Hajis, they spend time on Arafat making dua. Who can tell me, why is Arafat, the mountain of Arafat, so important for us Muslims? This is a question, by the way, that a non-Muslim woman asked me a couple of weeks ago. She said, why is the mountain of Arafat so important? Who is that, Brother Abdullah?
Hello?
Go ahead, Geechee, whoever it was.
Oh, okay. The Mount Arafat is important is because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He gathered us on Mount Arafat, on that, all of us, mankind, jinn or whatnot, to give us a choice. Would we accept free will? So this is an important marker. It holds importance in history from that point, and also we will be gathered on the day of judgment on Arafat.
Okay, she summarized, good job, why Arafat is important, but now I got a question. When did he put, I ain't never been to Mount Arafat. I've never been to Mount Arafat. So when did he put me on Mount Arafat?
When it took the
Excuse me, Anissa, get off the mic. I want Geechee to answer. Go ahead, this is her answer. Go ahead.
Well, we were all gathered before we were even placed in our mother's wombs, all of us, when he explained, when he gave us that choice, when we chose.
Hold on, what do you mean? Hold it. What do you mean? Before I was put in my mother's womb. What are you talking about? I don't understand. You sound crazy now. I'm playing the devil's advocate. I'm trying to show you Muslim women how you need to learn how to answer questions, because this is not how we give dawah. If you got to be able to speak, choose your words carefully. So I'm going to play the devil's advocate. You know, if I had answered that sister, that non-Muslim asked me, so what? Would have been her response if I had an answer like Geechee. I would have said, she would have said, what do you mean? When was I put on Arafat? What do you mean he gathered all? I don't know what you're talking about. That don't make sense. I thought your religion was logical. It's not making sense. What would you say now, Geechee?
I'll say yes. Before existence, when after, Allah placed his hands over Adam's back with all of our souls, he gathered all of us.
Okay, stop right there. So now, Geechee has a problem. She knows the answer, like Sister Fatima knows the answer, but they both have a problem expressing themselves. And this is what I want as a teacher. I want all my students who are new to work on expression, because you have to be able to communicate. As the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam told Ibn Abbas, if you cannot explain the answer, that means you don't understand it. And as he told Mu'ad when he sent him out as one of the first messengers of his to teach the deen, you have to be able to communicate well with the people. Okay, somebody else try. Good job, Geechee. She know the answer. Good job. You got it. You know the answer, but I want somebody else now. Explain what Geechee is saying a little better. Why is Mount Arafat important? And I don't want it to be Anissa right now.
Okay.
Anybody else? Somebody else. Why is Mount Arafat important? Go ahead.
Okay, this is what I would say. Baby, we believe that when that Allah rubbed his hand over Adam's back, all of our souls went to Arafat.
All of our souls went to Arafat. Stop right there. Bad wording. I'm going to keep it short. Somebody else try. Why is Mount Arafat important to us Muslims? As this woman asked me in the Starbucks. Yeah, I drink Starbucks. Getting ready to open up a store. I'm going to probably open up one here in Ohio and one in Florida. Jamali, we opening up a Starbucks together. Me and Aeen, your wife. Me and Aeen putting together a Starbucks. It's a franchise. Me and Aeen opening up we investing our money into a Starbucks down there in Florida too. And I'm investing with Latifah, my best friend, and the president of CARE, Aisha, here in Ohio. Hello, 2 Starbucks. Layla's getting ready to own. I told you I got personal business I'm working on. Okay. Anybody else? Why is Mount Arafat important to the Muslims? Norto, let's hear from you. Since you know it all, you won't let your sister talk. Norto, tell them why Arafat is important.
The mountain of Arafat or Arafat itself?
The mountain of Arafat. Why is it important?
One thing I could remember is, isn't that where Allah?
Aisha got you beat. Why come y'all? Yeah, go ahead.
Isn't that where Allah? I think it was where Allah collected the souls of Adam or something.
Can you talk about it though? Why? How did he do it? What happened?
Oh, you want the whole story?
I just want why is Arafat important to us as Muslims? Just answer. Well, how would you answer? Let me hear your answer.
I don't know. For me, I'm more concerned about Ramadan.
You what? She working on Ramadan. Girl, Ramadan is over. Oh, she making up her fast.
No, I'm more concerned about like the month of Ramadan instead of Arafat. That's what I meant, Ms.
Okay. All right. What about the brothers here? I got 2 brothers here. Brother Abdullah, can you tell us why Ramadan and brother brother, you stay out of this. Giving the answers. The Arabic brothers, don't give the answers. We know you know. Why is Arafat important to us Muslims? Anyone else?
Is that also the place where Prophet Abraham was told to sacrifice his son at?
Okay, let me just the answer was right from Sister Geechee. I just wanted somebody to explain it a little bit. Geechee, try your answer again. Geechee.
Support of assembly. I mean, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala assembled us on Mount Arafat.
But when did he, just start from the beginning. What happened? Okay, let's start at this point. After Allah blew the soul into Adam, alayhi salam, Allah ran his hand across his back, and what happened?
Okay, all the souls that he ran his own, he
wait, slow down. All the souls, what?
All the souls that he just ran off the back of Adam.
No, that's where you messed up. Ain't no souls ran off no back. Okay, listen to how I want you guys to learn how to speak. After Allah created Adam, he ran his hand across his back, and all the souls of mankind, you hear my wording? All the souls of mankind, every human that would exist, you got to explain it, every human being who would be born from that moment until the end of time. You hear how I'm explaining it, Geechee? You got to give the important details. Y'all can't skip over all of that. Because you will leave a person saying, what? My soul? I don't remember this. No. We existed. All of us existed, even our grandchildren, our great-grandchildren, they all exist, and the souls are kept where? Where are the souls of humanity? Who can tell me that answer?
They're in a place where only Allah knows.
Right, Allah kept, he created all the souls of humanity. After he created Adam, the souls of all humanity are kept in a special place with Allah. Y'all get it? Y'all have to explain that. And so how does this, and so what happens after that, Geechee?
After that, Allah assigns, like, he assigns that specific soul, and he tells the angel the location of where to
No, it ain't no location. Ain't where my no. All the souls are kept in a special place known only by Allah. Stop. When your mother, then you just go to the reality. When your mother got pregnant with you, Allah commanded the angels to take your soul and blow it into the womb of your mother. Y'all see how I am explaining it? You can't skip over all that, Geechee. And you got to make it clear. Make it clear to the people. So when I told the Kafir woman that, she's like, oh, really? My soul? I said, yes, your soul was kept in a special place. When your mother got pregnant with you, Allah told the angels to take your soul, blow it in her womb. You started off as a piece of flesh. Then you became a clot of blood and a fetus, blah, 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 blah. You go into all that if you want to. Does everybody understand now? Okay, so why is Arafat important? The reason why Arafat is important is because after, listen, Geechee, after Allah created all the souls of humanity, what happened now, Geechee?
He assembled them on Mount Arafat.
In other words, he gathered them together at Mount Arafat, and what happened?
And Allah said to the souls, do you want to take the responsibility? He offered them free will. He offered them to the souls, the jinns, animals, but they refused, except mankind and the jinns. They refused it. But we made the decision, mankind and the jinns, to accept it. And we accepted free will.
Good job. Now do you see why you need to be a little bit easy on your son? Because you see where your son get it from. It's hereditary. Be easy on Sheikh Sully.
For real.
And just work on him to calm down. Calm it down. Take your time. Think slowly. By the way, I was the same way. And I still am the same way. Y'all notice how when I do all this, y'all know when I get excited, and y'all hear Fresno say, calm down, Layla, calm down. I got to do the same thing. Calm it down. Be slow. Think slow. Take it step by step. By the way, Geechee, that's the sign of a genius. Sully is a genius. I was diagnosed as a genius when I was his age, and a photographic memory. Geniuses, we get anxious, we overthink. A child that's like that, they call it autistic nowadays, or no, not autistic. What you call it? ADD? Is that the word they use? ADD. Yeah, they call it AHD. That's not AHD. That's a sign of a genius. I was the same way. Jayla is the same way. All my grandkids are like that. They get anxious. You know, we go fast. We think faster than we can speak. You know, we can't get it out right. He get it from you. You know the answer. You want to get it out, but you got to slow down, Geechee. Slow down. Process.
I'm working on it.
And that's what I had to learn as a kid. I took classes when I was younger, and even when I went to college. Why do y'all think I majored in speech pathology and communications? It helped me personally. I have to process it slowly because I can get excited. I speak real fast. My mind outthinks me. Even when I'm sleeping, my mind is thinking. And that's the same with Sully. When Sully is sleeping, his mind is thinking. They call it ADD. Y'all forget about all that, them titles they give children today. That's a sign of a genius. If he took a test, I don't even know if they test children today for genius stuff. They tested me when I was in first grade. They said, this girl's off the charts. She's a darn genius. And she got a photographic memory. And I had the gift. I can play any string instrument. Wallahi, my mother will tell you. Latifah will tell you. Give me a guitar. Never took a guitar class. I can play it. I can play a piano. I can play a violin, a cello. That's a genius. It's not ADD. They put your kids on a spectrum today. You know? And that's where Sully gets it from. So be patient with him. He's a genius. Have him process the information. Tell him to go step by step. That's how it broke me out of it. I had to learn from my speech pathologist and all them people I had to work with, you know, and then when I took those classes in college, biggest mistake I ever made. I was 3 credits from getting that bachelor's degree in speech pathology. Like a dummy, I didn't take those 3 credits. What a stupid fool I was. But anyway, process slow. Okay, so that's why Arafat is important, guys. Arafat is important to us because when Allah created all the souls of humanity, he then gathered them all together at Mount Arafat, and he offered us the gift of free will. The rest of the creation, except the jinn, denied it because they knew what came along with it. And what is it that comes along with free will, guys? What is it? Why did the other creations deny free will? Why did the other creations refuse it? They didn't want it. Why did the animals? Why did the mountains? Why did the sun, the moon, the stars? Why did the other creations of Allah, besides the jinn, refuse the gift of free will? Why? Anyone can tell me why?
Because they don't want to be held accountable on the day of judgment.
Exactly, because that is what makes us be held accountable. They knew that if they accepted the gift of free will, that they would be judged on the day of judgment. But man, we took it on because we're ignorant. We were ignorant. We were ignorant to the ramifications that come along with it. So that's one of the reasons why Arafat is important. And like Geechee said, the second reason why it's important is because on the day of judgment, remember, we began there, we will end there. On the day of judgment, the angels will gather us all at Arafat for the judging. Y'all understand? Good job. Okay. Third question. So now, that you guys understand what the Fitra is. Now that you understand why Arafat is important, who can explain the meaning? Give me the meaning of the hadith about how every child is born with the Fitra. What does that hadith mean? What does it mean?
It means that all of us, all of humanity, was gathered on Mount Arafat, and we knew who we was. We knew who Allah was. We knew the difference between good and bad and all of that stuff. But once we were put in our mother's womb and came out, and them people went telling us all that stuff, we forgot it, and they the ones caused us to be how we are today.
Excellent. I ain't got to correct her. Y'all see how she talked? She spoke from her heart. And this is what the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam told the companions. Speak from your heart. Speak from your heart. If you truly understand this deen, it's in your heart. And it's going to emulate through your tongue, through your actions. You'll be able to express it, communicate it. Good job, Amina. I ain't got nothing else to say. She answered that. That's what that hadith means. That hadith does not mean that you were born believing la ilaha illallah, so you a revert. That is not it. That revert crap. I can't stand to see the English language butchered because that's my thing, is communication. And I used to butcher it as a kid. I used to stutter real bad. Oh yeah, stutter. I had a stuttering problem. But anyway, subhanallah, that hadith means exactly what he said, what she said. That hadith means that it's part of that every human being, because of where our souls were all already in existence. And because our souls spent all that time up there wherever Allah keeps it, our soul is familiar with Allah. Our soul is familiar with the angels. Our soul is familiar with Allah to the point that it knows that only Allah is worthy of worship and that He's in control of all things. The soul knows this. So we come into this world knowing what our purpose is, knowing that we are here for a reason, and that reason is to prove to Allah that we truly submit to Him. But that doesn't mean that you were raised upon the religion of Islam. Because like she said, the Prophet said, it's the parents that shape you to either be a Muslim or a Christian or a Jew or a Wiccan or whatever. If you were not raised upon La ilaha illallah Muhammadur Rasulullah, and later on in life you discover it, you are a convert. You are not a revert. Convert means to adapt a new lifestyle, a new ideology. The English word revert means to go back to your original existence or substance, to go back to a sperm drop. That's what you guys are saying when you call yourselves reverts. You a piece of sperm? Are you crazy? You're reverting back to a piece of that liquid that came from out of your father's back? I'm not no revert. Okay? If you were not raised upon Islam, you are a convert. Which means what? What did I find? What was it that King Arthur lost that caused Camelot to be destroyed? What did he lose? What did I find when I converted to Islam? And who can answer that? What caused you to convert to Islam? because it was lost or it was burned out.
That Fitra.
Exactly. You found your Fitra. You found your purpose. You rediscovered your purpose. So when we talk about the Fitra, we're talking about the purpose of your existence. And that's the Muslim who wrote the book about King Arthur and Camelot. That's what he was talking about. King Arthur lost his purpose. And because he lost his purpose in life, Camelot fell. But when he rediscovered that he was created for a purpose, and that purpose is to worship Allah, to service Allah, Camelot was relit. It began to reflourish. And that's the same with us. You convert to Islam. When you convert to Islam, you are awakening your Fitra. Your Fitra, that inner belief that was extinguished because your parents raised you upon a different way, has now found its purpose again. Y'all understand? Y'all understand? So, now that your Fitra has been awakened, what are things that you can do to keep it awake? And when you read the story about King Arthur, that's why it's one of my favorite. I had to do a paper on it because it's all about Islam. King Arthur and the Round Table is one of my favorites because it's about Islam. It's about the Fitra. Once King Arthur found his purpose back and his Fitra was awakened, what did he have to do to keep it? What did they tell him? Don't lose it again. Don't forget your purpose. No more. Here's Excalibur. Here's your sword. Here's your Fitra. Don't lose it. Don't put it down again. Don't throw it away again. So what is it that we have to do to not lose that awakening? What are some things? Give me some examples of things we can do to keep our Fitra alive, guys.
The things that the person has to do is the obligations that Allah has imposed upon us. And some things like that is like, praying your daily prayers and being surrounded by other Muslim people, by other believers who are in the same path as you. And also staying away from the things that Allah does require you to stay away from, like staying away from bad environments that do dim that light, and also doing sins that take you away from Allah. There's some things I mentioned.
Exactly, and that's that King Arthur. Once he got caught up in the fame. He had got caught up in the grandeur because he was defeated all his enemies. Camelot flourished. So he got caught up in the dunya, the life of this world, and he lost his Fitra. Yeah, that was a Muslim that wrote that book, that novel. Yeah, a lot of the famous novels were written by Muslims, guys. Moby Dick, too. We're going to talk about Moby Dick one day, too. Oh, yeah. But King Arthur, Camelot, Excalibur, that's my favorite because that's the Fitra. Okay? So we have to keep our Fitra nourished by, like she said, fulfilling the obligations that Allah has imposed. So why is it that people say that prayer, Ramadan, Zakat, and Hajj, why are these the pillars of faith? What makes these the pillars of faith? Who can answer that? If you understand the Fitra, you can make the connection. So why are these the pillars of faith? Why are the belief in those 5 things? Belief in Allah, fulfilling your prayers every day, praying, fasting the month of Ramadan, making Hajj, giving the annual Zakat. Why? What are those considered the pillars of faith in Islam? Why are they considered that? Why are they considered the pillars? What was Norto's answer? Why are they considered the pillars? Why is it important to do them?
Either one of them, you would lose your connection to Allah.
MashaAllah. MashaAllah. Like Mina said, because doing all 5 of those things, they keep your connection with Allah. They keep that fitra awakened. They keep that fitra burning. King Arthur deviated away from that. He stopped giving in charity. He stopped showing gratitude towards Allah. So he lost it. Whenever we lose one of those, whenever we stop doing just one of those pillars, it's going to impact our connection. That's why you hear people say, don't stop praying, even though you ain't getting no reward for it. By the way, if you are deliberately, intentionally disobeying Allah, Allah is not rewarding you for any of your good deeds. But even still, you will hear people say, don't stop praying because you're keeping that connection. Don't stop fasting. But in reality, you ain't keeping nothing. But it makes it easier for you to come back to Allah. When we violate those 5 pillars, when we break the connection with Allah through those 5 things, then the struggle to get back to Him is harder. Do you guys understand this? This is fiqh. This is understanding. It all begins with that fitra. It all began with Mount Arafat, and it's all going to end at Mount Arafat. Okay, so to nurture the fitra, we live our lives obeying Allah, doing the good deeds that He commands us to do. And what are some things that will take us away from that connection to Allah? What are some things that if we do them, it can dim the light? It can dim that fitra and cause it to weaken. Easy answer. Go ahead.
Anything that disobeys and goes against what Allah says we shouldn't be taking part of or do. Lying, stealing, just things that are not of Him.
Exactly. Any actions of disobedience, like she said. Now you answered that one right, Geechee. Good job. She took her time and answered it correctly. See? Yeah. So anytime we deliberately, intentionally, and that's the key words, I want to use deliberately. Anytime we deliberately, knowingly disobey Allah, it's going to cause the fitra. It's going to cause that fitra to dim out. Like King Arthur did. He deliberately started disobeying Allah, and the light of Camelot dimmed, and it eventually went out. Y'all understand that? That's why Ibn Masud, may Allah be pleased with him, told the people that came after them. He said, you people look at sins as if they're nothing. You will commit a sin and say, oh, it's just a little sin. But we weren't like that. We understood that all sins are actions of disobedience to Allah. And all sins, no matter how big you think it is or small, can take you, will take you away from Allah, because it's going to dim your fitra. It's going to cause that inclination, which causes you to know your purpose, to get weak. So that's why there's no such thing as a small sin. There's no such thing as a big sin. All sins are actions of disobedience to Allah and bring the same punishment. So answer this question. Another hadith we talked about. Why is it that one man Why is it that one man converted to Islam, and after he converted to Islam, he went to his girlfriend and he did everything except have sex? I had to cut her off, guys. Hold on. I had to. Moderators, wake up so I don't have to do this. Wake up and mute people when they need to be muted. See how that messes my screen up when I have to be the one-man band here? Good Lord. Right, and it made me forget my question. Okay. Who can explain why is it that we have the hadith, whereas a man converted to Islam, and after he converted, he went to the mosque, he prayed with the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam and the companions, and then after that, he went home and to his girlfriend, and he kissed her and did everything except penetrate her. And then another man walked by and saw him kissing and doing everything but penetrating. He said, hey, you can't do that. You're a Muslim now. This is haram. So the man then ran to the mosque and he said, oh, Prophet of Allah, that's it. I'm going to hell. I'm doomed. He said, I went to my girlfriend and did everything except penetrate her. So I'm doomed. And the Prophet said to him, didn't you pray with us an hour ago? He said, yes. He said, don't you plan on praying with us for Asr? He said, yes. And the Prophet said, don't you know that the prayers wipe away the minor sins that we commit between them? So the question is, why is it that in that hadith, the Prophet Muhammad told that man, even though he was kissing, grinding, licking, doing everything except penetration, it's a minor sin? So I can go out and I can go to the man next door. I can kiss him, touch him, do everything except penetrate him, and it's just a minor sin? Is that what that hadith means? Who can give me the meaning of this hadith? Does this hadith contradict the verse in the Quran where Allah says fornication is a major sin? But now I'm going to make it a minor sin? Who can explain it? This is a question of fiqh too, to see if you understand all these concepts I done put together. None of you can explain that hadith? So kissing and all that is a minor sin? What is it? Who was on the mic?
That was me, I'm sorry.
Okay, go ahead.
But the thing that makes it a minor sin, if you know and you're doing it deliberately, what makes it a major, the sin that, why he said that the prayer wipes it away is because he did not know that. So it was not intentionally for him to do those things. Once you know something, you are supposed to act upon it. So basically, once you know something, you can't say, well, I didn't know, because you did know and you did it for that reason. So when he took a shahada and he was kissing all on his girlfriend and everything, he did not know that that was forbidden for us to know. So that's why the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam told him that when you don't know something, Allah doesn't hold you accountable for something that you do not know.
MashaAllah. Good job, Mina. Also, Sister Nicola. MashaAllah, Nicola. My beautiful Nicola's here. Also, Sakina. MashaAllah. All of y'all got it right. Now I'm proud of y'all. Y'all answered that right. It was a minor sin for him because he did not know that it was haram. But for a person like me, I know that I can't touch no man who is not a mahram to me. So if I went to the guy next door and touched him and kissed him and all of that, I could go to hell. I'm going to hell. If I don't repent, I am going to hell for that. That's a major sin. And simply making salat ain't going to wipe it away. That's another thing too. If you deliberately, intentionally disobey a law, does prayer just wipe it away? If not, what do I have to do?
You have to, you got to do steps to make it fall off. You got to know, and you have to make a vow that you will never repeat that again.
Okay, your mic is messed up. We can't hardly hear you, but you got it right. Yes, she's right. Fix your microphone. That's why you can't read my questions for me. You always got bad mics. Okay, but yeah, she got good job, Geechee. Exactly. That hadith about the prayer, Allah forgiving you of the minor sins. That's talking about the actions of disobedience that you do, that you didn't know were haram. You're forgiven for them from prayer to prayer. But to deliberately disobey Allah, to knowingly do something, no, the prayer ain't good enough. I have to go through the steps of repentance, like she said, the steps of repentance. And what are the steps of repentance? Number one, I have to stop the sin. Number two, I have to feel bad about having committed the sin. Number three, I have to be determined to never commit that sin again. And if the sin entailed hurting someone or violating their rights, I have to make the restitution. Good job. So for that man, in that hadith, he didn't have to do anything because he did not know it was haram. He was forgiven for the mistake he made. But if it had been Ibn Umar or somebody who did know, that making the prayer wasn't enough. He'd have to go through the steps of repentance. Does everybody understand? MashaAllah, good job. This is basic Aqidah. Basic Aqidah. Everything begins with and ends with Allah. And part of La ilaha illallah, Muhammadur Rasulullah, is allegiance and disassociation. And who do we hold our allegiance to? And what do we disassociate from? Who can answer that? Somebody else besides Geechee. Her mic is too bad now. That's okay. Somebody else besides Geechee. Plus, I need to hear from the rest of y'all sitting in here not saying nothing. Brother Merard, who is, when we say we believe in Wala Wal Bara, what do we believe in? Brother Merard. Sister Tony. Fatima, you can answer now, baby. She been quiet. She probably dealing. Elma. Anissa, go ahead. Anissa.
Thank you.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Hold on. Allegiance is to Allah. And the disassociations do not do anything that Allah has forbidden us to do.
Okay, what y'all think about her answer?
It's to Allah, Prophet Muhammad.
What do you think about her answer? Was her answer correct? She said our allegiance. I asked, what is Wala Wal Bara? She said it means allegiance to Allah and not disobeying Him.
It's to Allah and to the Muslims, to the believers, to Islam. Alhamdulillah.
Okay, what y'all think about her answer?
It's good, but she missing one.
Okay, anybody else? Since Geechee's mic is messed up. Norto, Rockmo, Precious. Omar Hare. Sabrine. Sabrine is here. What is?
I agree.
Okay, what is Wala Wal Bara? Tell them what it is, Fatima. Okay, the concept of Wala Wal Bara, that means that we as Muslims, our allegiance
to Allah is allegiance to Allah.
Concept of Wala Wal Bara, that means that we as Muslims, our allegiance to Allah.
Girl, she about as lagged as they come. But yes, it's allegiance to Allah, to the Prophet Muhammad, to the religion of Islam and its followers. And that means that we're going to disassociate from anyone or anything that comes between those allegiances. Good job, Sister Sakina. Good job, Sister Sakina. Good job, Fatima. MashaAllah. All right. So, how do we show allegiance to our belief system living here in America? For example, we have to work. We work with people who do not believe what we believe. We work with people who don't practice like we practice. Do we show allegiance to them? Or do we show al-bara to them? And if so, how? Go ahead.
We show our bara to them. That means to disassociate with them. We go to work. We do what it is that we're supposed to do. As far as in co-workers, if you have to like interact with them, we only interact with them on a business level. Anything that contradicts whatever they're doing, as far as in throwing a party, as far as in saying, hey, it's my birthday, we're going to go out and kick it after work or whatever the case may be, we disassociate with that. So we go to work, business, that's it. Go home, that's it.
MashaAllah, good job, Mina. Exactly. I ain't got to add to it. We associate with them in regards to work-related stuff, as long as the work-related stuff doesn't contradict Islam. And then after the work is over, we go home, okay? And we distance ourselves. We don't gather with them in their events, their parties, or any of that stuff. We keep the distance because our allegiance is not to them. They're not Muslims. Okay, how do we show allegiance and disassociation with a Muslim that is not practicing the religion properly? Who can answer that? How do I show allegiance and disassociation with a Muslim who is not practicing the religion correctly? And a lot of you have Muslim friends who don't practice. How do we show allegiance and disassociation with them?
We show allegiance to them by being kind to them. If they're doing something wrong, we tell them in a kind way. For example, sister, you're not wearing a hijab, and I'm jealous too, and I may tell her, well, Allah says that we ought to wear it. And if she doesn't listen, and I need to be close to her before I can even tell her something like that. And if she doesn't listen,
now you're going off into too much. You're giving too much detail about enjoining good and forbidding evil. I want to know, how do I show allegiance and disassociation with a Muslim that doesn't practice the religion correctly or at all? It's a simple answer. I show allegiance to them when, in other words. And when do I disassociate from them? I'm giving you the answer, basically. For a Muslim that is not practicing the religion, when do I show allegiance to them? And when do I disassociate from them? I'm basically giving y'all the answer. Okay, Isra, she typed, we disassociate. Oh, that's the non-believers. Okay, anybody else?
You show allegiance to them when they are not sinning.
Example, like when they go to the masjid and they make the prayers, you show allegiance to them, but you disassociate from them when they are sinning.
Good job. Good job. That's the simple answer. I show my allegiance to the Muslim that is not practicing when they are practicing, when they are doing what's right, when they are doing what's good. But when they are not practicing, when they are not doing what's right, when they are not doing what's good, that's when I disassociate. Y'all understand that? Simple answer. My allegiance is to you when you are doing what you are supposed to do. When you're sinning, then I disassociate from you. If I come upon you, like Sister Goldie said, I'm going to be cordial. Because remember, the blood, the honor, the property of anyone who declares La ilaha illallah is sacred. So when I come upon you at the store or I come upon you in passing, I'm going to be cordial. If you need help, do I help you guys? Do I help the Muslim that's not practicing if he needs help? Yes. If you need help, I'll help you. But as far as hanging out with you, like Sister Goldie said, I'm not going to take you as a close personal friend. You guys have to explain it like that. Don't go off into enjoining good and forbidding evil. That's a different topic. I just want to know, when do I show my allegiance to a sister that doesn't practice, but she's Muslim in name? I show allegiance when she's doing good. And the simple fact that she is still a Muslim, I'm going to be there to help her if she needs help. But as far as me hanging out with her, as far as her coming to my house to kick it with me, as far as her coming over to my house for dinner to eat with me, I ain't doing that. Because if Allah decides to send a lightning bolt down upon her head, I don't want to be there getting it too. The Prophet Muhammad taught us to be choosy when it comes to who we hang out with, because you take on a religion of your friends. And by the way, I want you Muslim women to remember, your husband has the right to tell you who to be friends with. He can't stop you from coming to this website to learn this religion, because seeking knowledge of the religion is an obligation that you owe to Allah. But choosing a friend ain't no obligation to Allah. That's for yourself. And if your husband think that you hanging out with a sister that's a bad influence, he can tell you, I don't want you hanging out with her. She don't wear hijab. She doesn't pray. She smokes cigarettes. He can tell you that, and you sisters have to obey your husband. Remember, Allah says, obey your husband in whatever Allah has commanded you to obey him in. And that's one of the rights that the man has over you, to choose your friends. Oh, yeah. Islam is a check and balance. Sisters, hashtag don't get it twisted. All right. So, how do we show allegiance living in a non-Muslim country when it comes to seeking education? How do I implement Wala Wal Bara? How do I implement allegiance and disassociation when it comes to seeking an education here in a country like America? When it comes to taking classes and all of that. Let's talk to this college people. Go ahead, Sabrina.
Well, one of the things, if they are not practicing Islam,
they're not Muslim and they're not practicing Islam, you should disassociate with them.
Okay, I'm talking about the school now. How do I show allegiance and disassociation when it comes to seeking knowledge or an education, a secular education? For example, I'm a college student and I want to go to school. I want to get a degree. How do I show allegiance and disassociation in that type of situation? Anybody want to try it? This is easy.
Basically,
Norto. Geechee, your mic is too bad. It hurts. The college kids. Come on, college students. How do we show Wala Wal Bara? How do you implement Wala Wal Bara trying to go to college? Norto, Aisho, Rockmo, hit it. Elma, hit it. Anab, hit it.
Basically, you show allegiance by picking the classes that you pick. So you wouldn't want to be in no class that's speaking about Bibleism. You wouldn't want to be in no class that's talking about the theology and psychology and all that things, because it goes against what Allah says. So that's how you show allegiance to it. For wherever you picking, you're going to pick something that does not contradict what we believe in.
See how easy that answer is? Exactly. When I go to college, I'm going to take classes that will help me in the secular world as far as getting a job, but also I'm going to disassociate from any classes or any educational tools or methods or methodologies that contradict the Islamic morals I have. I remember when I was in college, oh yeah, they told me I had to take a philosophy course. I said, I ain't into that garbage. Y'all know me. I went to my counselor. I said I was tough. You know, I was young and tough. So I ain't taking, and I was the editor. By the way, guys, they feared me because I was the news editor and the associate editor of the Cleveland State Vindicator. That was the black newspaper. They were scared of us. I said, I ain't taking no philosophy classes. They said, Miss Nasheeba, you will not be able to graduate with a Bachelor of Arts degree unless you take philosophy. You have to have at least 2 philosophy classes. I said, I ain't into that garbage. They said, well, you won't be getting a degree. So I thought about it. I said, what type of classes fall in that category? Girl, I said, oh, I took deductive logic and numerical knowledge because both of those were philosophy classes and they had nothing to do with theology. Nothing to do with theology. So you can get around it. They got so many. I said, because I wasn't taking I don't want to hear about Einstein and Freud and those Kaffir gay blades. They were gay. Y'all know those men were gay blades. I ain't got time for the gay blades. But I took deductive logic. And I'm glad I took that course because it allows me to deduct stuff with you guys to this day. I took numerical knowledge and I failed it. That was the only class in my life that I ever failed because I couldn't do it. It was called symbolic. It was called symbolic logic. You had to take and put logic into symbols and numbers. I was lost in that class. I went to class every day and I was like, I passed it with a D. A D is flunking for me. But I took it the first time and failed it with an F. So I had to take it again because I had 2 philosophy classes. So I took the symbolic logic. The second time I took it, I passed it with a D. A D. But at least I passed it. Okay. I stayed away from that crap. Logic, philosophy, Theology. I could care less about theology. Any theology classes, I ain't got time for that crap. I'm a Muslim. I believe la ilaha illallah. I don't believe in the theory, the bang theory, none of that garbage. So we show allegiance on an educational level by making sure that we're not studying things that contradict Islam. And that's what happened to a lot of these famous brothers. A lot of these famous brothers they graduated from the University of Medina, and they were the best in knowing their religion. But then they went to these secular colleges here, universities here in America, took philosophy. They took those ology classes, and Shaitan got to them. Remember, guys, Iblis doesn't waste his time on people like you and me. Our personal jinn handles us. Iblis is busy trying to take down the scholars. And there's one brother. He was a true scholar, in my opinion. He was the best in the West with the hadith, with the Aqidah. I used to have him here on my website teaching. Shaitan hated him because of everybody else. He drew the people in. He was able to break it down in English so well. So Shaitan put his eye on him. Shaitan made him go to Harvard. Oh yeah, he went to Harvard University, got a PhD in ology. And look at him now. Now he believes that the dead can hear you. Now he believes that you can talk to the dead. You see how Shaitan will mess with us. Stay away from those theology classes. All of that psychology, philosophy, ology is garbage. It's garbage. Yeah, you took critical thinking. That's good. Yeah, we didn't have critical thinking. We had deduct. Well, I think I heard that critical thinking and deductive logic are the same. Yeah. Yeah, they call it, in my school, they called it deductive logic. But that's what it is. It's the same as critical thinking. Yeah. But symbolic logic, that was the hardest class I ever took in my life. I still don't remember how to, and you take words and put them in numbers and symbols. It's like ancient Egyptian, reading that stuff. It's weird. I failed it, but I passed it with a D. Yeah. So, you know, we use Wala Wal Bara even when it comes to our work. We use Wala Wal Bara even when it comes to school. How do I use Wala Wal Bara with my neighbors? My neighbors are non-Muslim. How do I implement Wala Wal Bara with my non-Muslim neighbors? Who can answer that? Go ahead. Come on, people.
I will be kind and friendly to them. If I'm cooking something that smells great, I may take them a bowl of soup, but I would not associate and have parties and all that stuff that they want to do. If they had a block party, I would participate.
Good job. Exactly. We show allegiance to them in regards to the rights that Allah has told us that they have over us. But we disassociate from them when it comes to their lifestyle. You know, I'm not going to come to their parties. I'm not going to go out and drink with them. I'm not going to go and participate in the drop it like it's hot contest or none of that type of stuff. Oh, yeah, they got to drop it like it's hot contest. Some of these people have. Oh, yeah, you know. Type of lifestyle we living in. Okay? So, you know, I'm going to associate with them in what Allah commanded me is good to associate with them in, but I'm going to distance myself from them in that which contradicts my belief system, my Islamic ethics and morals and all of that. Yes, as Jamila said, I'll help them. If they need help, that's one of the rights they have over us. You know, we implement the rights that Allah has given them over us, and that's it. So as you guys can see, Wala Wal Bara, we implement allegiance and disassociation in all aspects of our lives as Muslims. It's very important. Okay, and that's the quiz I wanted to give y'all for today. I just wanted to make sure that you guys because we're covering so much in this series. We're covering so much in this series. That's why I love this series that Sheikh Kareem Abu Zaid put together. Because like I said, I have never, as a daya, seen any other books written in English that detail La ilaha illallah Muhammadur Rasulullah and its meaning like he has in this book. And may Allah let this series be a means of forgiveness of his sins and a means of paradise for him. Ameen. Because it's the best. It's a masterpiece. It's a masterpiece collection. And if you guys take what you're learning here, implement it like I'm trying to teach you to do in your personal lives, you'll be able to make the right choices for yourselves, the right choices for your children without compromising your faith. You'll be able to think logically. You'll be able to understand that nothing happens unless Allah wills it. As we learned with the first book, Get to Know Your Lord. You know, Allah is in charge of everything. Nothing in our life happens, good or bad, unless Allah wills it. He's the creator of good and he's the creator of evil. We have to accept that. He's in control, not man. Like the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam told us in a beautiful hadith qudsi, Allah says, if all the creation were to come together to harm you, they wouldn't be able to harm a hair on your body unless Allah allows it. And if all of them were to come together to help you, they wouldn't be able to lift a finger unless Allah allowed it. Allah is in charge. The book has been sealed. The pen has dried. You can't change what's happening. You can't change what's gonna happen, but you can condition yourself to submit to what Allah willed to be. All right. Okay. Any questions about any of this? Okay, the next class we have is at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And what class is it we got today? I don't even know what day. Is this Saturday?
It's Saturday, but it's supposed to be Dr. Jamali, remember?
Yeah, what time is him? He's at 9, right?
I thought so, yeah.
Okay, good. That's what I thought. So I don't have no other class, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I wanted to make sure. No. So Dr. Jamali will be here at 9, and he's doing Surah Nisa, right? Yeah. Mm-hmm. Let me text him too. Where is he? Dr. Jamali, are you listening to me? Hold on. Don't. Your Dr. Jamali is at 9. So I'm going to log out for right now, guys. We had 2 good classes. You had Dr. Assem. I really enjoyed his class on the role of women in Islam. And then this was y'all's quiz for the Fitra. So inshallah, I'm going to log out for right. Wait a minute. Hold on. This is. Well, he ain't doing his class. Why not? Yes, you do. It's every Saturday. Hold on. Jamali? No. What? Oh, wait a minute. Oh, God, I don't know what he's typing here. Hold on. How do you call on this phone? Oh, now I'm getting excited. See, I gotta do like Geach. You gotta slow it down, because I didn't prepare no PowerPoint. Hold on, no PowerPoint. Walaikum salam. So you doing your class at 9, right? Yeah, because I woke up late. I'm getting ready to put it out now, and I've been doing my class. Okay, I'm getting ready to put it out. This is the Nisa, Surah Nisa, right? Yeah, we're gonna finish in Nisa tonight. Good. That's what they yeah. Y'all hear him? It's the Nisa. Okay, and it's at 9. Y'all got it right. Okay, let me put it out now. I woke up late. Okay. All right. Assalamu alaikum. Okay, guys. He. Wait a minute. Hold on. Okay, guys. I'm gonna log out, and I'll be back in at 9 for Dr. Jamali. Subhanakallahumma wa bihamdika ashhadu an la ilaha illa anta astaghfiruka.